Hello, and welcome to Your Rock Your Block. I am your host, Trudy Richardson, and joining me is my co-host, Ed Richardson. And thanks for joining today's segment of 495. On January 7th, Ed and I join you to chat about making wise decisions in 2014. We shared ideas on how to make successful goals come true. Ed shared tools and strategies you can use to achieve obtainable goals. Today is 4 months since that discussion, and we are ready to share how we have stayed or strayed from our New Year's resolutions. First, I will ask Ed to recap some of the strategies he suggested on how to plan and define your goals so you can have achievable success. Welcome, Ed. And from our show back in January, I remember one of the things that you talked about in setting up your goals and plans for the new year was a SMART plan. So would you like to recap that for our audience?
Yeah, I would, and I'd like to welcome our audience. Thank you for having me as your co-host. Mm-hmm. And you know, we shared with our audience that we were going to be accountable because this is something that we wanted to work together with our audience, them with us with them, and as a means of just kind of encouraging people to become the people they want to be in order to live the lives that they were meant to live. We said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a simple plan, and we're going to orchestrate this year in such a way that we can work toward the success that we're hoping for. And the main tool that we used was something that you can find on the internet. It's called a SMART plan. Mm-hmm. Acronym, SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Anything that you want to do can be placed in that construct and mapped out in such a way that over time you can accomplish what it is you want to accomplish. So once again, to the people that have been with us and watching the broadcast, to your point, we want to go back and say, okay, here's what we've done. We want them to look at their plans and see where they are, to see if, okay, am I on point with my plan? Am I a little behind? Am I a little ahead? Do I need to get re-energized to get back on my plan if I'm off? This is all about creating a goal and sticking to it. Mm-hmm.
Well, as you were talking about the SMART plan, I know that when we came on in January, I had set up my own New Year's resolution, as you have set yours up. And I know using the SMART plan, I became a dribble plan where I became very specific about what I wanted to see at the end of the year. And I know in re-looking at my own resolution, I have had some challenges and especially time. What was it called? Being time bound.
Yes.
I'm still very smart on my plan, and for my audience, my plan had to deal with nutrition, weight loss, and exercise.
That's something that a lot of people started out at the beginning of the year. A lot of our viewership said, you know, I'm going to drop those extra pounds. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to, you know, change my diet. I'm going to be healthier. I want to be healthier. I want to look healthy. I want to feel healthy. I want my energy level up. And I think a lot of people watching us right now want to know, how did you do?
Well, how I've done so far is that when it comes to nutrition and diet, I'm a big reader. And there are tons of plans out here, diet plans, this plan, do this, do that. And so after all my reading, I had to try to define which one of those plans I was going to follow.
So what did you do?
So between now and the first quarter, the first thing I did was I did a 2-week fast. And that fast consisted of taking sugars and sweets, those kind of things out of my diet, and I took supplements to help me with the fast. Okay, then after I got off the fast, because I said, well, surely I can't exercise because my energy was too low to introduce a fast and exercise together. So I was a little disappointed because now I had to wait. So the next thing I did was I decided I was going to go on a low-calorie diet, watching my intake in terms of eating smaller portions, not eating as fatty, sweetening foods. So that worked for a while. And the next thing I did, which you discussed, is to get a team. And so my daughter, who is into nutrition and exercise, I brought her in. And I said, look, these are the areas that I'm trying to lose weight, and these are the areas I'm working on. So the next thing I know, she came in and she started me on another plan, which that's the plan I'm on now. I'm on something called a paleo diet, where you take everything pretty much out of your diet except for protein, fruits, and vegetables.
So in this way, you were specific.
I was very specific.
You were able to measure what you were doing. Mm-hmm. You felt that it was achievable. You had made a decision. Mm-hmm. You'd put your team together to help you. It was relevant. Your plan was relevant to the goal that you were trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. And then here we are at the end of the first quarter. How did you do? Where were you and where are you now?
Where I am, I'm on course. When it comes to diet, in terms of people say, well, how much weight have you lost? In my mind, I don't want to get on a scale, because if I get on the scale and it hasn't moved as much as I want it to move, then I'm going to start binge eating. It's going to be like, oh, okay, well, it doesn't matter because I haven't lost the weight anyway. So I won't get on the on the scale. But I can feel and see in my clothes that I am losing weight. As far as the exercise goes, again, I got into join somebody in, having a team. I have somebody that I exercise with, as well as my daughter. I had her set up an exercise plan because I had specific parts of my body where I'm trying to lose weight. And thus far, into the quarter, I've had my days where I've strayed and said, I gotta have a piece of chocolate or a piece of some ice cream, and I've done it just for that day, and the next day I get back on. So I feel like I'm staying the course. I'm proud of the results that I'm seeing in terms of being specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And I see in my life that as I'm doing these things with the diet and exercise, it's carrying over into other aspects of my life.
Now, what would you say? Now, I'm kind of the co-host asking the question. Usually it's you asking the question. Mm-hmm. You got some people watching out there, and they're saying, oh, that's all well and good for you. Mm-hmm. But I stumbled. I fell off the wagon, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I'm not where I wanted to be. I'm sitting here right now watching you on TV, and I'm popping Lay's potato chips. What would you say to those people who really and truly desire to achieve let's say a weight loss goal or a health goal? What would you say to them right now that would just kind of say, okay, forget about what you've done. What do they need to do? What's their attitude right now? How can we help them?
I would say to them, thumbs up, I've been there. I've been sitting on the couch eating Lay's potato chips and watching an exercise program and say, I can do that. So what I suggest that they do is that, again, you use your SMART plan and you start from where you are.
You just take it a minute at a time, day at a time. Right?
Day at a time. Yeah. If today you're going to watch what you eat, then watch what you eat. If tomorrow you're going to exercise, then exercise. And just do what you can until your plan comes together, because I know for me, getting to this place that I am now, it's been a 3-year journey.
So even though you set this resolution up for January, you've been doing this over time, trying to get it done, but you just kind of like start and stop. Because let's face it, potato chips are good, and yes, Lay's does make some pretty good potato chips. But I think that this time, what I noticed in observing you as you trying to accomplish this goal is the fact that you got a team together. You got an accountability team, which is one of the things that we talked about at the beginning of the year. Don't try to just go it alone. Get somebody involved with you, somebody that's going to help you to hold yourself accountable. Even if they make you mad, you know that they're doing and saying the things that they're doing and saying for your best interest, because after all, you stated that you had a goal, right? And
one of the other things that came to mind is that this time around, I said to myself, I deserve this for me. As I'm getting younger in life, I decided I need to do this to live the kind of life that I want to live, to be healthy, to be strong, to be able to go and do some of the things that I'm doing as I'm recreating myself.
You know, I have a very interesting question, at least I think it's interesting to ask you. Why is it that as women have birthdays, they get younger, but as men have birthdays, we get older? What's up with that? I mean,
because we're younger and men get distinguished. We like our men distinguished.
Okay, all right, here we go. All right.
And now I've talked about my goals that I set. Now you, how have you reached the level of success in the first quarter of the things that you set for your goals for this year?
Well, you know, that's a real good question. As you know, everyone has different goals. For some people, it's dieting and, you know, living healthy. I chose a business goal, and with that business goal and working with one of my major clients, the goal was to help them increase sales by 17%. And this is 17% over revenue from last year. And I'm glad to say that through the first quarter, we are tracking that goal. It's been a lot of challenges in trying to help my client accomplish that. But by staying focused, by following the specific thing that I've done is I've taken a look at, broken the goal down into things that need to happen daily, things that need to happen weekly, and things that need to happen monthly, and tracking through the days, the weeks, and the months, looking at the numbers and saying, okay, here's where we need to be by this point, here's where we need to be by this point. If we're behind, what do we need to do to catch up? If we're ahead, how do we keep the momentum going? Just staying focused. And if I had to, now there's a whole team of people, it's not me
and I
totally.
wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, there's a whole team of people involved with this. So in working with teams, you do have to get everybody on the same page. That's another specific thing that you have to do. The numbers help you measure. Is it achievable? 17% may seem like a lot, but it's not that big a deal. Is it something that's relevant? Yes, it's relevant to my business success. And then, of course, time bound. By the end of this year, we want to have achieved that increase. And so for the first quarter, yes, we are tracking, we are on point. And because of our focus, we know what we need to continue to do to make sure we stay on point. What we want to do is really get ahead. We actually want to be more than 17%. Maybe we can get 20. We want to do the best we can, the most we can. But yes.
We're going to have to give it a take a break, so I want you to hold that point. And when we come back, I'd like you to address, I know you work with a large team of people. And what I'd like to address is, how do you keep so many different personalities on course to obtain what you're trying to do? But it's break time. So don't change the station. We have some good ideas to share when we return in just a few minutes.
Join our mission to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ. Every week we feature a medley of gifts from artists, performers, ministers, and more. Experience the Lord's everlasting light in the cool of the day.
Welcome back. You are watching Rock Your Block in today's segment of 495 Metro. We are recapping ideas on how to keep your New Year's resolution so you can live the life you were meant to live, so you can be the person you were meant to be. Ed, you have mapped out a plan for our viewers to obtain achievable success. Let's share with our viewers the road we have traveled in keeping our New Year's resolution. So when we left, you were talking about the goals that you set with your client. And I know that the client that you work with, there are over 15 people that are involved in helping you to obtain this goal. How do you keep 15 people on task, excited, wanting to achieve the same thing that you want to achieve?
Well, I think that the main thing is not to superimpose what you want to do on the team. I think the main thing is to establish a purpose which is bigger than the team, and a focus that the team can agree upon. And then you literally work with the team to find out, say, okay, we have this purpose, we have this focus. How can we work together in order to accomplish this thing? First of all, can we agree that it's a worthy goal? And of course, in business, it's easy. You need to generate revenues in order to keep the business growing, provide opportunity, not only for people coming into the business, but to make sure you take care of your customers, to make sure you're doing all those things to be a vital, vibrant, working mechanism, which is what a business is. A business is a living thing. So you have to bring harmony. That comes through purpose and focus. And then everyone has to buy in. Everybody has to agree, this is what we're going to do.
So would you say the purpose and focus is for everybody, I guess for everybody to win?
Yeah.
For the owner to win, the sales team to win, the administration to win, for everybody to win.
Right, everybody's got to win. From the least to the greatest, everybody, and this is not an idea that's mine. I mean, you hear this everywhere. You always hear about win-win scenarios, and when I think of the team, I think of our audience also as a part of our team, because after all, we started this whole thing, and we stated that when we started this thing of the New Year's resolution, our resolution, that we would be accountable. They would be part of our accountability partners. And we've had people approach us and, different things. And, when we look at the guests that we've brought on, these people we brought on to help our audience to dream a little bit, to think about, what can I do with my life? What goals do I want to reinvent myself? What are the things that I really want to do? Okay, stop. Wait a minute. I'm in a rut. I want to reinvent myself. I want to do something new. How can I do it? Smart plan is a tool. Being encouraged is a tool. Having purpose is a tool. Getting focused is a tool. And so to help our audience, hopefully the guests that we brought on speak to things that I think people really want to be about. For example, we brought on Ruth Lamberty of jconnect.org. We talked about the first thing is good deeds, giving back to the community. Kind of the old golden rule, just do unto others as you would have others do unto you.
And that's a very worthy cause, I feel.
And then that was a guest that came on, and she blessed us tremendously. And I hope she blessed our audience, because I think people got into the idea around Good Deeds Day of, hey, listen, there's so much negativity going on in the world. It's people that want to get together and do some good things, provide some opportunities, reach out and help someone, be helped. Sometimes, it's just as hard to receive help as it is to give it. Sometimes people are very proud, but we're not in this thing alone.
And I think that day is a very good day too, that you get together with like-minded people who are on the same page of all wanting to do good, do the greater good for the community.
Absolutely. It's just good karma. And then and it gives certain people hope. Some people have really gotten punched in the stomach, and they've kind of lost faith in the human condition, and they become bitter and frustrated. And then when they see other people who are trying to make the world a better place, and they're doing it unselfishly for no good reason other than just doing it because they want to, I think it helps restore confidence in mankind. We really do have the ability to change and to do great things. It's just that a lot of times we're fed just all this negativity, and you just say, well, heck with it, I'm going to get mine, everybody's got theirs to get, and that's absolutely the wrong
And I think
way to be.
as human beings, we owe it to ourselves and to other people to give back something.
I think so.
Because wherever we are in life, we didn't get here by ourselves or alone. Somebody gave or opened a door or did something for us to get to the place where we are.
Now, I do want to say this, that's not to be confused with positive selfishness, okay? And by that I mean, there is a selfishness that is good. Whenever you take the time to invest in yourself, to make yourself better, many times that's the best thing that you can do for someone else. To invest in yourself, to make yourself better so you can be a better person, so that you can be more productive, so you can bring more value to the table for others. That is a good kind of selfishness. I guess I'm trying to, it's almost semantical, I guess I'm talking about the difference between being stingy and grasping and greedy versus being a person who is engaging.
Well, I'm a firm believer that as you grow and develop yourself, then you help those around you grow and develop as well.
So also, you remember we talk a little bit about encouraging our audience to do good things, we brought on Dorothy Friedlander and Marie Barassi, who were affiliated with Yellow Ribbon and Military Appreciation Mondays. These two fine women actually are realtors with Keller Williams. And we talked about how businesses are giving back into the community, people supporting our troops coming home, trying to get them situated back into, being civilians again after going through, the rigors of war, combat, and all of the other things that happen, being wounded, and after serving our country and making the sacrifices they made, both individually and families, giving back and letting them know that they're the things that they've done are appreciated and not forgotten. We can never repay for some of the sacrifices that they've made, but we can be thankful and we can be appreciative and we can acknowledge and be grateful for what these people have done for us.
And I think the military, there is so many different fractions of the military. When people come back and the things that they go to, the adjustments they have to make and the adjustments their families have to make. And I think, in any situation, just showing someone you care will make people want to push on and move on and move forward.
And then we brought on someone who's near and dear to us, our youngest daughter, Naya, who is a makeup artist in her own right and just a tremendous talent. And we brought her on to help our audience to understand that, along with, what we're doing in terms of just in business and personal development. Hey, look, you want to look good, you want to feel good, here's how you do it. And so we hope that, and I tell you what, that was one of our, I guess, highest viewership programs that we did. We really had a number of people that, had tuned into that. Our YouTube channel kind of exploded a little bit. And it seemed like there were a lot of people interested in cosmetics, especially when it comes to making you look better so that you feel better, so you can have the confidence to go out and face your adoring public and do the things that you need to do.
Because let's face it, who doesn't want to look good?
That's true. That's true. And then last but not least, we brought in someone to help people who want to go into business understand, what they need to do to go into business. We had Lorette Ferris come in with iBoss. She was a management consultant, and the focus was on raising capital in what she referred to as the new capital market. It's not just going to the bank and getting a loan. And we do encourage people to take a look at these shows. They're in the can, so to speak. They're on YouTube. You can find these shows and just move forward with us as we move into the second quarter and look to see how we do, and just encouraging people to continue to push and to grind and to love and to enjoy life and become the person they were meant to be, so that they can live the life they were meant to live.
And one of the things we didn't touch base on, and I know our time, we're getting ready to run short on time, is that one of the goals that we set for ourselves when we took on this television show is planning to run a successful television show. And each segment, we both get a lot of excitement of planning it and figuring out who we're going to have on as guests, and excited about what we bring to our viewing audience, hoping that we help their lives or help them make better choices or decisions or see opportunities that they can get into.
Yeah, that's true, and none of this would be possible except that we have this wonderful venue here with public TV. We got great cameramen, that help to make us look good. We got great directors. We have to say thank you to our sponsor, Rock Your Block, producer Tia Young, who believed in us and gave us the opportunity to come out here and share with our audience. And we have to thank our audience, the people who look forward to watching our shows, the people who visit our website and sign on to our website, as people want to know what we're doing. And so it is a team, and hopefully as we move forward, we won't disappoint our viewership. We really want to bring them with us. We really want them to enjoy the show. We need to get their feedback to make sure we're providing relevant information to them. So I'm glad you brought that up. I want to ask you a question. Now, we've got something really special coming up for our next show. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
For our next show, in keeping with my talking about my diet and my exercise, and as I have brought this to the viewing audience, you also are making me feel accountable. The next show, I will bring on the person who has helped me as far as diet, exercise, learning about different foods, different muscles to work in the body so that I can live the life I want to be and be the person I want to be. So now we just have to get you in that, pull you in.
Well, you know, part of having the energy to do business requires exercise. So I guess that'll be Q2 for me.
So you've got the exercising the mind down.
Yeah.
I'm working on the diet with you,
Okay.
trying to pull in more nutritional foods for you, and sending you things via email about horrible fast foods to keep you away from the fast foods. I have a plan there.
Okay, all right.
So,
you got a smart plan for me, right?
That's right. I have a smart plan, and I think it's working.
Yeah.
I'm seeing less fast food.
You're guilting me into doing a lot of things, that's for sure.
Seeing less fast food things in the car. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to the next show, and I hope everybody will revisit their New Year's resolution and check where they are and go on the internet and look for the SMART plan, and those that are in business, perhaps they'll contact you. Well, for those of you who were thinking about throwing in the towel, I hope you revisit your New Year's resolution and stay the course. Ed, thank you for sharing, and let's get on with living the life we were meant to live so we can be the persons we were meant to be. And if you'd like to contact us, please go to resourcesupplyservice.com and let us know how you are doing. Until next time, take care.